Snake with Nip Hustle. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spider Loc. You know I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.
Yes. We in here. Y'all see the title. Y'all see the thumbnail. And of course, we finna talk about this because it's popping issue. Everybody talking about it, but not really from the gossip standpoint. Oh, my mama, I am surprised it went this far. And that's more the stuff I've been tuned in on. But before we get to that, man, I got to say a big, fat, sincere, genuine congratulations to the crew over at FMW. If y'all haven't seen this or became aware, them boys didn't hit a cold lick, man. We all seen the drama, the saga they've been involved in as public content creators, starting off with their main pushover at No Jumper, the drama, the separation, the grind, the competition. I'm not even getting into the disrespect and all that, but just the general healthy competition, the healthy side of it. Damn, they didn't hit a lick, man. FMW, they got a spot on Power 106, Sundays at 6. For those that are not local and may not be aware, this is like the biggest radio station we've had out here all our life growing up. It's the biggest mainstream. It's not quite even urban any longer because there's really no urban platforms other than K-Day, I believe. I think it's considered more of a rhythmic, maybe even be considered Latin at this point, but a rhythmic station. And I could be using the wrong terms. I'm not trying to sound like I know more than I know. I know for a fact it's not an urban radio station. So for our urban brothers to witness they grind, land them in such a prevalent place, man, that shit is so commendable. I'm proud of them. I don't know exactly who the makeup is. I know they deep over there at FMW, the whole coalition, but it looked like that picture was kind of dark. It looked like that was T-Rail sitting next to AD. And just from my perspective, and I'm not an avid watcher of any of it, I'm vaguely familiar with all of it. I would imagine if it's going to be a non-visual these days, like the Breakfast Club, I'm sure they're going to have some cameras that have to be part of the concept. But the energy I see 4 main people that I know I would assume have to be included. And that would be AD. I see my nigga Tree up in here, all them. And then it would have to be AD, T-Rail. And from the energy, because of they the staple, they the foundation of the whole. They was the 2 dudes that was over there at No Jumper, really, you know what I'm saying, for the longest time, getting the exposure, putting in the work. And then when they separated, they geniusly, that was a cold way they did that. They both went out and started their own independent thing, simultaneously starting something like a Voltron. They did a Voltron thing and it worked. They executed it. They stayed with it. So I see T-Rail and AD as the personalities. They got the charm. They know how to be extremely neutral on issues. And then you got the voices and the energy goes up when it comes to pun and smack. And I could see that as being a very, very successful, cohesive, harmonic radio situation, man. And just let y'all know, man, that you never know who watching. And it's inspiration, man. I know Adam 22 is not going to like that one. And, you know, when they get spiteful one toward each other, I don't have a dog in the fight. However, of course, them is homies over there when it comes to this keyway shit and this melanated shit. We always about melanating, melevating, and melevation, right? You know about being melevated over here. So anyway, I'm a type of person, I could walk into a sports bar today just to be on a blind date, look up, it's a fighting match on the screen. I don't have to know any of the names. If there's a black guy against anybody, I'm with the black guy. It's just a thing. So when it comes to the friendly side of that competition and just us being successful as a people and me being on every side of the natural coin that the brothers are, just, you know, coming up, trying to make it fit in. And this is a white guy who seemingly has resources and is part of corporate. Just on those aspects, you got to be cheering for their success. on my mama. But I've often heard Adam, and I often wonder why he says this. But he often, even in current times in this climate, says things like the fig community, and I'm not quoting him verbatim, but he alludes to the fact that they don't really have no motion unless they're referencing him. And every time he say that, I'd be like, hey, I wonder what makes him think that. Could he be really that delusional or that self engulfed and involved that he don't realize that that is the furthest thing from the truth? But I think it's evident now. So I just want to give it up to them boys. My nigga Siege from 97th Street up in this thing. She had days all day, every day. I see you, Loc. Congratulations to the FMW team, man. Oh, my mama. That is a beautiful thing, bro. And to everybody else surrounding that see themselves as peers of them, whether you know them or not, just because you feel like you're in a similar space. That's inspiration, man. Don't be no hater. Oh, blah. Now, the subject at hand, y'all. I don't even know where to begin, right? What happened was I woke up this morning and saw one of my favorite bloggers. I'll say most and almost all of the gossip that I tapped into and listened about is because my favorite blogger, I made it no secret, the beautiful Neek at Night. From that specter of the world, I don't deal with a lot of the what you call it, the tabloid type, up to date black celebrity conversation, barbershop type talk as much as most. And she does. And I'm very fond of her platform. So a lot of times I secretly catch up on what people consider gossip by listening to her because I enjoy listening to her. And I'm on my line. I'm gonna hit you back. Okay, hit me back. Oh, so they like hold on, she threw me off. Let me see. So yeah, bam. That's what I was saying. So I happen to, still sneak a peek at what seemed to be pussy gossip. And I'm not. You see, I always try to make a disclaimer when we talk about anything related to who fucking who, because it's never my business, interest, or concern. However, there are other issues surrounding the story that are interesting to me, man. For one, Papoose being the center figure in all this, right? I watched the journey. Of course, hip hop makes him a peer of mine. Don't know him at all. And I've been a fan or a spectator of battle rap for quite some time, where Remy Ma has now made a lot of success and where a lot of this story got blown up based on all the little woo-wops that was going on. And then Geechee Gotti made it real clear for those to hear that's not tuned in at all on one of his bars. Shout out to the homie, right? But anyway, with all that being said, bro, even me, Alex, and Munchie, I talked to Munchie this morning, and I was almost calling him on some like, I told you so type shit. Because I remember recently, myself, he, and Alex Alonso was discussing Remy Ma and Papoose in general. And I remember, and then me and Munchie debated this morning whether or not we were on camera or it was before we filmed, because I believe it was before we filmed. But in our little debate this morning, he told me to go back and watch what we said. But I'm telling him, I don't think we had it on camera, so there's no need to go watch it back. But my point was, why I was calling him like I told you, is because they was saying, this is what I can recall, Alex and Munchie's sentiment being basically, damn, Papoose this, he stayed down, funky bitch ain't shit, right? And that's what general niggas say. That's what Geechee was like getting at him about, From the outside looking in, it was this black love. Papoose did. We know, we can confirm he stayed down in a sense where she didn't have to worry about nothing. She even said that she had to tell him to stop come see me so much. He was up there so much and all that, right? But in our conversation, which I recall, believe, or remember to be off camera, I was telling them like, yeah, I feel you, all that, whatever, that's cool, which I would have never done. Could have never seen myself done. Probably shame on me, but I just could never have done it. So 97.77797% of the situations with a man being behind the wall, he don't get a fair shake. I don't give what she does. So anyway, I have my own personal experience. I might share on that subject matter in the future. But I was telling them, like, man, they were saying, like, okay, all this is blown up. He stayed down, the picture of Black Love, and it was looking like she was getting put out there for being loose with her tail, right? And they was like, oh, she ain't seen it, woody wop wop. Basically, not quoting neither of them, but just basically, Pap ain't deserve that, right? Real nigga didn't deserve that. And my thing was like, I just assume that there's the potential that, bro, she might, if it's true, all the shit with the block captain and shit, all that's true, that you will. I say I'm not ruling out the fact that she might be comfortable getting caught up like that because she might be aware of some shit that Papoose was, involved in that we not, up on. Because it looked like from the outside looking in, this dude didn't do nothing but beat his meat and try to wait on her. That's the way it came across, bro. And whether, in my mind, in my reality, I don't give a fuck how many positive bars Papoose has spit. I don't care how much of a romantic, black, support my queen nigga he appeared to be. In my mind, I never believed for one moment that he wasn't out here just doing his thing, even though that was the perception out there. It was something I discussed, but just when it crossed my mind personally, people used to act like they assumed he was out here basically being faithful and all that. I used to think to myself, like, whatever. On top of that, my personal perception of Remy Ma, bro, I've never been really fond of a hard girl, tough. That's fake to me, right? Because if you tough to females, I don't think nobody should ever see that side of you but females. Because ain't no woman tough, just where tough is the last thing, bottom line, against all genders. When it comes to the toughest man, the toughest woman is nothing. That's why I can't believe with this point being made, Claressa Shield, she used to shock me with the way she used to address the professional male boxing community. Like, I don't care how tough you think you is nowhere near tough when it comes to the toughest of the opposite side, right? So Remy Ma, when she caught them cases back in the day, and a lot of times New York females, they had that yo kind of borough tough kind of energy anyway. But I was always turned off because it seemed like she used to try to glorify like and put extras on like what she did back in the day. And from I don't know it all, but just the fact the way I heard it went down, I thought she lacked class, cool, and other things for even to be conducting herself like that. From the sketchy issues or details I heard of the situation, I've always been generally turned off by her personality, right? But then, I ain't gonna lie, when she came home and I don't know if it was surgeries or whatever, it seemed like she just had a whole makeover. I did like start looking at her like, damn, Remy Ma look good. I saw more of a feminine side of her, especially like when she's vulnerable, like when Geechee was up there cooking, and all that heart was gone, couldn't see it nowhere. She looked real sexy because she looked so vulnerable. She'd been wearing way more revealing feminine clothing. But then about a couple weeks ago, it started brewing that something was in the air because I think I was looking for it now, but she's so viral with fight talk and all that, it didn't even pop up. I looked up Remy Ma want to fight because she was in the car saying how healthy she think a fight is from time to time. Like, yeah, talking is this and talking is cool. Mind you, she got a son that I believe has a very serious legal issue he's dealing with right now where he's considered the suspect or defendant in the case. And I think he has some very, very serious time he could be facing. And here she is feeling comfortable being on camera, an ex-convict herself for violence. Now, mind you, now she look cute now. She wasn't all that cute at first, but now she's cute and she in the car looking cute, has mastered her femininity in this whole high-profile situation. Here she is talking about how much she doesn't mind fighting in general, and how she realized as a mature woman that's already out of prison, professional, she's the owner or CEO of one of the most popping battle leagues, everything going right on a mature level in life. She felt comfortable sitting in the car talking about fighting and how that's the cool thing. And that threw me off. I got that bad taste in my mouth for it. You know, I'm like, what's wrong with this, man? Right? I'm just thinking that, you know. Had no idea who she was referencing. So, catching back up to what happened, wake up. Nikki Knight got a title, said Remy Ma exposes Papoose and his boxer girlfriend. And boxer? And I see Claressa Shields and it's up there. I'm like, hell. Now, my perception of Remy Ma back in the day, oh yeah, you think you tough, you ain't tougher than tough. Now, are you really tough? Even now, I can't imagine. That's why she wasn't putting no name on it in that car, and it was so vague, I imagine now. Because all that tough that we've seen Remy Ma pop through the years, she was popping it real vague in that car. And now I realize why it was so vague. She didn't want to put no address because she know on the end of that there is a guaranteed ass whooping. So you're going to have to come prepared with the weapons you utilize to catch your case, and then we know you don't want to go back, bye-bye. So it was time for her. She had to start thinking mature, and that was the only mature she could have been, was to go in there and make that video when she should have been mature enough to not do it at all. However, I've been giving Papoose his props mentally in my mind, because I'm talking about it had been battle rapped about, the alleged other Nia, the block captain spoke on it. From Papooses perspective, all I'm aware of is him doing something physical, whether that's true or not, allegedly. I'm not aware of him saying a word on none of this. So from the whole perspective of the world, look like you getting clowned. I believe, and I'm not sure, but I think Remy Ma may have taken a small moment to deny it, right? I don't know. That ain't what I'm in here for, right? But anyway, Papoose ain't never said a word. So I had always respected him for that. He has an extremely large platform, and I imagine he had never said a word about none of this. And it looked like he was taking an L as far as, you know, lose your gal, and the next guy got him who's lower profile than you and all that. It just seemed like taking an L, and I admired his poise and discipline to remain silent, which seems so difficult to do for the vast majority of people with a platform, even just regular life people. Now we see the phenomenon with social media. Everyone turns the cameras on themselves, and their story is out there for consumption. So I thought that was real, but he always came across as a disciplined person anyway. However, this thing got crazy, y'all.
Nigga Nip Hustle. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spider Loc. You know, I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.
It's the homie cook-up boss, goddammit, Cub Loc. And y'all tuning in to the Wake and Bake show with goddammit the homeboy Spider Loc.
Here with SPI, the realest nigga in LA.
Spider this bitch!
My nigga Spider Loc. Spider Loc, nigga.
Spider Loc.
It's Spider Loc.
Spider Loc.
Spider Loc.
Spider Loc.
Spider Loc, that's my nigga.
Spider Loc.
Shout out to SPI, that motherfucking nigga.
Spider Loc, Wake and Bake. Better keep it Google, nigga.
Loc is in LA somewhere doing what he's doing.
In the words of Spider Loc on my mama's mama.
Spider Loc's gear. This is Bay Mac.
Nate Blood, C-Mac. Shout out my Loc, Spider Loc, huh? Nate Blood on Hood. It's a beautiful world. You fight me? Fight, crib.
Point blank, through no subliminal dissing. When I listen, I can tell you never been on no mission. Sticking to the script, don't care if I offend you. Neighborhood crib, the marathon
I overlook my competition, never seeing them. I done trained my mind that I'm going. You could tell by how I walk, talk, I'm a boss. A east side millionaire, homie, what you thought? My life is a movie. They can't get close to me. They mad cause they can't be. I've everything that they wanna be. Yeah.